People, I'm back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
One more. Mike's not with us?
Who?
No, he's gone for the day, remember?
Yeah. Oh, is he really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. He had that other event to go.
Oh, that's right. No, you got it.
How y'all doing?
No one making it.
Y'all good?
Yeah. Yes, sir. All right. This is nice.
Arms all the way out for me. Just double check.
All right, man. See that gentleman right there.
Tell you what, why don't you grab your phone real quick, because I'm going to take a chance at break from that.
Okay. Thank you.
Got that for you. Take a quick peek in the bag.
Can I grab my belt?
Yeah. Got it?
Yes, sir.
I like this bag too. Good size for what you're doing, right?
Yep.
All right. Back up. You'll be on your way.
Thank you.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. Don't
Yeah,
forget
sure.
your lighter in the bucket. You're good to go.
All right. Thank you.
So, just, you know. Thank you.
Discuss and conduct your decision making in closed session on the things that matter, life and death, under your watch. Thank you.
And the document. Looks like Jonathan Gaudian. Amy Super.
Oh, the irony today. So earlier, a speaker, I think I lost count, I believe over 60, when we got to the 60th name of the person who signed up to speak and didn't probably ever intend to show up to speak. And I know this because an individual who has since left the room after speaking made a little Facebook video clip in which he encouraged people to sign up and speak, whether they intended to show up or not. And his idea was, then you'll get to hear Judge O'Hare say your name out loud and use up yet more of our valuable time. I say irony because he stole my time and he stole his own time. Would we have gotten 2 minutes if we hadn't had over 100 people, 60 of whom didn't even bother to show up today at his endorsement and idea? Possibly so, maybe 3 minutes like at the city council. But if we're going to continue to advocate for people to behave in this manner, we're going to get what we get, less time. I confronted him in the back of the room and congratulated him on the success of his little Facebook social media project. And he thought it was hysterical. Said he's going to go on and take every single one of those names and blow them up so they can all hear Judge O'Hare say his name. But not one of them got to speak in front of you today. And they robbed us of our right to do that. That's it.
Next, we have Janice Tyler.
Good afternoon. I'm a 45-year resident of Tarrant County, and on April 15th, my husband and I came to the Commissioner's Court to get information about redistricting. When we left, we agreed that after it hasn't been done for 15 years and there's a 23% change in population, that Tarrant County should be redistricted. And we supported that one because it best represents us and our beliefs. We attended our Precinct 2 town hall on Saturday and discovered that we had a very biased commissioner. The packed room listened to her panel of speakers for 96 minutes who insulted and name-called all of those of us who were in favor of redistricting. She claimed neighborhoods all think and vote the same way. Arlington is the most diverse city in Texas, and that means that it's really not possible to generalize any neighborhood by color, by religion, by age, or by politics, or where you can afford to live, or where you go to school, where you go to church, where you work. Some of the facts. Congressman Mark Vasey on the panel called us all communists if we were for redistricting. State Representative Chris Turner said that we were suppressing voter rights and supporting racism, none of which is true. Redistricting experts were there who told us old history about everything bad that's come from redistricting. Speakers against redistricting exceeded their 3-minute time limit several times. One lady talked for 5 minutes. Speakers for redistricting were rebutted by members of the panel, called out by what they said, one of them being Commissioner Andy Wynn. He was questioned by our state representative, Chris Turner. These people were all ready to fight. The word fight. Racism, racism, racism. Sickening when you're a good person that believes in God and fairness. Also, myself, being an at-risk teacher at a charter school in Dallas, if I was a racist, I wouldn't be in education for 50 years helping kids learn in districts that need help. When I mentioned Judge O'Hare and Sheriff Wayburn, because the April 10th meeting, a lot of the people gave them trouble. They called out things, and someone even stood up and called Sheriff Wayburn a murderer. Alyssa Simmons did nothing at that town hall to bring her precinct together. I went with an open mind and came back out with a closed one because of the way I was treated. There was nothing engaging. I felt attacked. Some people left, weren't interested in speaking because it would fall on deaf ears. So I am definitely in favor of looking at the map a different way to feel represented. Thank you all. We thank you all for your service.
Thank you. Bishop Kirkland.
Listen, don't for a moment doubt my patriotism and love for this country. As a Marine, I ate what most of you would never eat. I slept where most of you would never sleep. I did what most of you would never attempt to do. I trained more vigorously in a week than some of you in your little entitled lives have, period. I was willing to do what most of you do not possess the courage to do or even consider. When my number was called, like a good Marine, I grabbed everything I could put in my sea bag and was willing to lay my life down for this country, my country. Let me help you all. I heard the word racism so many times today. Negroes, Black people cannot be racist. In order to be a racist, you must have a system in place in order to hold people down. Negroes don't have such a system. Pope Leo XIV said it better. You cannot follow both Christ and the cruelty of kings. A leader who mocks the weak, exalts himself, and preys on the innocent is not sent by God. He is sent to test you, and many of you are failing. Thank you, Pope. Mr. Ramirez, this redistricting thing will be your legacy. This will determine what your little girls will hear about for you from years to come, and I'm serious. More than them being Democrats, our visions look to them because they are Negroes. More than being a Republican, your people are looking to you as a Latino, and they're believing in you to do what's right, not only for Republicans, but for Latinos. If they get away with this with us, you next. You next because you represent the new majority in Texas. Therefore, these lines and all these redistricting things and this whole process is going to get flipped and turned in order to alienate your people. You are next. I am depending on you. You come from a line of great leaders, sir. I am depending on you to do what's right. We cannot listen to 90% of a room get up and say, we don't like this, and you guys go ahead and march for it. The last thing I wanna say, I don't care how many awards that jail gets. I don't care who talks about him in Washington DC. That jail is an abortion. It is a mess. So we're not interested in you going to Washington, hearing about how great it is.
Bob Willoughby. Mr. Willoughby.
Granddaddy.
I know this is outside of your deal and everything, a little bit of it is, but what I want to try to run across here real quick is voter fraud. They are destroying votes in Fort Worth. There's no doubt about it, 100%. This document will prove it. What I need from y'all, because there is no help for the citizen when it comes to getting legal advice against the city or the government. We don't have it. Not in something like this. I can't get an election lawyer or anything like that. So I'm gonna file a case against the city, against Fort Worth. I'm probably gonna lose because I don't have legal language to do it with. But you people know someone that has a legal language to help. I'll give you a quick rundown of my votes that I got. 2019, I got 247 votes running District 5. There was 4,486 people voting total. That's terrible, that's critical. 2021, I got 646 votes, 5,752 people voting. That's still terrible with almost 100,000 people. That's critical right there in itself. 23-3, it gets crazy with your new administrator from Wyoming and the woman in the county over there at the tally room. Kat, she has problems. She came out and said she has mental problems. 2023, I got 651 votes. The total votes dropped down to 3,600. Almost 50% total votes dropped down, 3,600 votes. It was already critical. That's dead. 2025, I got 67 votes. Now in 23, I spent $5,000. 23, I spent around $11,000. 25, I spent $8,000. So what? But I got 67 votes. I don't buy it. What they're telling me, you can run, Mr. Willoughby, but we're going to destroy your votes. There's only one way to clarify this. And I sent a letter to you how to do it with a paper county and all that. Look, one or two things. Either voting is dropping terribly. God, I hope that's not it. Or it's 100% voter fraud. And it leads that way, 100% voter fraud. I hope to God it is, because we know what to do about voter fraud. I don't know what to do about the votes dropping 50%, so I wouldn't have a clue. God put us here to help one another. I don't see it. We in the city of Fort Worth needs help. The corruption is so bad. I know you don't do the canvassing, but the mayor does. The Mayor Parker is a liar, and I can say that without sarcasm. I can say it to her at the city hall, and she can't do nothing about it because she viciously lied about me and won't take it back. We don't have anybody over there. This vote in District 5 needs to be done. I'm going to file the court case myself, but I don't have legal knowledge. But I'm going to try, I have to. And if you care about this city and you care about the voting, someone will help us do this. District 5 voting has to be overturned, or this whole city just forget it. It don't matter anymore. Because the voting ain't right, we ain't got nothing thinking.
Ariella Villa. No, Ariella. Adrian Smith. Julie Seard. Terry Roach.
Commissioner Miles, and everyone, we need to say the name Kenneth Woods. It's been nearly a year since Mr. Woods was killed by Denver police. I spoke with the family attorney this week. They still have not seen body camera footage. I filed a request for the police reports being stonewalled. It's an appeal to the Attorney General. Previously, I filed this with Benbrook City, Benbrook Police. I filed a public information request and been told I couldn't get body camera from my own detainment by police because Benbrook didn't have the technological capability to redact video. Hard to say that with a straight face. Funny, it was true. It was sad. So again, the name Kenneth Woods. Please, Can we bring this to the public's attention? Can we get some answers? On May 1st, Tarrant County Criminal DA, Assistant DA Bill Lasser went to Austin. He testified before the Texas Subcommittee on Jurisprudence for Senate Bill 3565. It's now in committee, I believe, because Tarrant County wants to make it a felony to stand too close while filming police, a felony to charge those who demand transparency and speak up for justice. And just as he did in my trial, Mr. Lasser lied repeatedly. First of all, the state should never, ever lose. As they did in my trial, was found not guilty, they should never lose an interference case. The evidence should be, the behavior should be so over the top. We have tolerance for people who are observing, who are profane, who want to observe police. They lost my case because of what they saw, the jury saw on the body camera video. They lost my case, let's say, the Tarrant County DA, because they saw that I was assaulted. So I was taken to court on this interference charge. Tarrant County DA now wants more leverage because they can terrorize people who are facing a felony charge for protest. Running out of time, so I'm gonna say, here's some of the lies that Bill Lasser told this subcommittee. He said, I think Florida is looking at a law right now between 10 and 15 yards. That's not true. He did his research. Everyone who takes a moment can see Florida, the law is in effect, took effect in January 1st, and it's 25 feet when asked. He said these people who are getting arrested, they're warned they will be arrested. I was not warned. 3 weeks later, after protesting, they arrested me. He said, I'm just so amazed that no one's been hurt. Did you see Caroline Rodriguez? She was hurt. Watch the video from mine, which I just received. I'm assaulted. That's the playbook. Anyone who speaks up here, silence them, demonize them. Do not engage in the conversation. Thank you.
Charles Bills.
Well, first, I need to retract, I slandered Bo Nix, who I think is a professional action athlete. I meant Bo French. As far as the subterfuge, you know, I definitely don't accuse anyone on the day. I definitely respect your respect of the protocol and decorum. But, you know, I think a lot, when I recognize a whole bunch of names after I sat down that didn't show, I think this is part of the results of changing the rules where you had to sign up the day before. And apparently a lot of people are signing up if they think they might be able to be here today. And because if they, you know, that there's no other option. If you just change it to where people can sign in the morning of, that probably will just save a lot of time in the end. The other thing, what I originally wanted to speak about is Anthony Johnson Jr. Apparently there's more talk about him. I still demand that the DA indict the man that sprayed pepper spray into his mouth to be indicted for murder, and some sort of indictment against all the deputies that sat around. Something else. I wanted to mention again the 10 Commandments thing. I looked it up, and apparently that 1962 was when that thing was put in Austin. So, you know, I didn't even think about that, but I did look and see that it's pretty ugly, and maybe you could get something a little more aesthetically pleasing. Maybe have some input on that. Thank you.
Deborah Kratky.
Good afternoon. I'm Debbie Crackey, and I'm proud to be a resident of Crowley, Texas, and Roderick Miles is my commissioner. Mike Moncrief was a county judge from 1974 to 1986, and went on to be a state senator and mayor of Oklahoma. He was the first one that ever explained to me about the Tarrant County Way. The Tarrant County Way, simply put, is setting aside personal discomfort or inconvenience for the greater good. acting in solidarity with unity and cooperation rather than division. Tom Bedford was a county judge from 1991 to 2007. He was known for his humility and focusing on service over personal gain. His philosophy was to be community-centered, action-oriented, and always aiming to make Tarrant County a better place to live. Judge Whitley was the county judge from 2007 to 2022. He believed not only my way, let those doing it do it their way. For him, the emphasis of his work was always around teamwork. He was one of my personal heroes. He says that he was a strong supporter of the Tarrant County Way, and he stated that he gave advice to incoming Tim O'Hare before he took office. And after 26 years of service as the top leader, all Whitley asked was that the collaboration continue after he stepped down. Sadly, the Tarrant County Way no longer exists. Social workers are embarrassed in public when told they could not use the ethics code of their national organization. They voted to strike language about social workers helping to end gun violence or urging the adoption of immigration reform. I've been a social worker for 45 years. And let's face it, you can cut out words, but that's just not going to work. We're still going to serve those people. We're still going to show up every day and do our job. So, my bottom line is, let's not completely destroy the Tarrant County Way. Think about it. If you work together, you can do great things. But when you choose to divide this county, you can only fail. So I would say no to redistricting and yes to the Tarrant County.
Laura personally.
I heard the commission report running from me until the next session.
All right. Yeah, you ready to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.